Listen, so I saw this. I love debates. Well, no, I don't. I don't love debates, but I love intuitive, intellectual standings. Right. I saw immediately soon as I saw this thing, I was answering questions in my head because the topic was. Listen, I want to see if everybody knows. I want to see. I want to see. So somebody posed a question. Somebody posed, well, they didn't pose a question. They made a statement. Is another popular content creator. And he said that women should not just be dealing with one man at a time. They should be juggling as many men as they can so that it'll open up their options, right? Things of that nature. Tell me what you guys think about that before we go in. What do you think about that? Women should be juggling as many options as they can. Don't just date one man at a time. Be juggling as many options as you can so that when one doesn't work out, you already have another interviewee on the side. What do you think about that? What do you think? I want to see what the people. What say ye? Shout out to my girl Lena, definitely in the building, rocking with us. We got an issue. No, we don't. Want to see what people think. Boss man. No emotion in the building. Listen, okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing because soon as I saw this thing, I had, okay, look at Pinnacle down there. But let's get into this thing. We're going to go ahead and dive into this thing. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Go ahead.
Cooley right there. I'm pointing at Cooley now.
Okay, cool. So wait, I'm out. All the other things that you said, was it about me or was it in general?
It was in general, Cooley.
Okay, fair enough.
Damn. But now it's about you. So let me cook for a second. I'm a life and relationship expert. Dating one man at a time is the stupidest that you could ever do in life. The reason why this is so fucking stupid is because when you date one man at a time, you have nothing to compare him to. Do you know what else you trick yourself into believing when you date one man at a time? You trick yourself into believing that you like him more than you actually do.
Listen, I've never really had anything against I forget what the name of his podcast is. Truth. I don't want to say it wrong. Nothing but the truth. I think that's it. Nothing but the truth. Sometimes I would see that he'd have content that I'd see it. But I'm starting to believe that maybe he does content sometimes to get women all riled up. That's what I'm starting to believe because there's nobody who believes this, right? But let's go. Let's go. I want to play this over.
Go ahead.
Cooley right there. I'm pointing at Cooley now.
Okay, cool. So wait, I'm out. All the other things that you said, was it about me or was it in general?
It was in general, Cooley.
Okay, fair enough.
Damn. But now it's about you. So let me cook for a second. I'm a life and relationship expert. Dating one man at a time is the stupidest that you could ever do in life. The reason why this is so fucking stupid is because when you date one man at a time, you have nothing to compare him to. Do you know what else you trick yourself into believing when you date one man at a time? You trick yourself into believing that you like him more than you actually do. You don't even like him like that, but you don't. He's not really saying anything. Is anybody else picking up? He's not really saying anything. Check this out. I want you to hear this again. Believing that you like him more than is because when you date one man at a time, you have nothing to compare him to. When you date one man at a time, you have nothing to compare him to. I'm trying to grab that. You compare him to all of the other men that you've experienced throughout your life. Listen, sometimes when people are really trying to get their views up with women, you can hear it. You can hear it because there will be things that don't make sense. There will be buzzwords and
catchphrases. And I'm going to tell you who's amazing at that. Ace Metaphor. Ace Metaphor off the top of the head will say something like, "Don't you let no man get you all down. Your head's supposed to be up. If your head is not up, how you going to receive God's glory?" He'll do something like that. It'll just always be. And so when you hear things like that, you know, just let's go.
You know what else you trick yourself into believing when you date one man at a time? You trick yourself into believing that you like him more than you actually do.
Okay, so he's saying if you're only dating one person, you trick yourself into believing you like him more than you really do, because if you had been juggling multiple men, maybe you would find something in them that you like better than this guy that you're focusing on. No, he's trying to promote grass being greener on the other side. Focus on this one individual. Because if that's the case, then that means when she's juggling, let's say 7 guys, and this one guy she was focusing on, she says, nah, then jumps over here to this guy. Even when she jumps over there to him, she's going to jump somewhere else to see if the grass is greener. And this is what he's promoting, the grass is greener mentality. And that thing is dangerous.
You don't even like him like that, but you don't have any other options. Do you know what else you trick yourself into believing when you date one man at a time? That you have to put up with a gang of bullshit. Why? Because you have no other.
If you're a valuable woman, you should be able to attract men who don't come with bullshit.
Options. Why? Because you're sick of being lonely. Why are you in a committed situationship? He is not your man. What are you being loyal to? The only way in this world.
This sounds terrible. He's got to be pandering to women. This sounds terrible. Why are you focusing on one man when you guys are not committed? You focus on one man to get to know that individual. If you're focusing on 5 people, you will never starve for one of them. You will have too many options. You're supposed to focus on this individual, because if you don't have any other options, you can be starving for him when you're at home and you feel like talking on the phone. You can be starving to go out to eat with him, even on an extra level. You could be starving for him. You could be starving to sit on the couch and watch a movie with him. But if you have 5 other options, you'll never starve for anything. And when I say starve, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm talking about if you're going to be fiending for somebody's attention, fiending for somebody's companionship, you can't do that when you have 5 other people. We've done a show on that before. You can't do that when you have 5 other people, because if this person can't pick up right now because he's at work, and he's a good guy though, then you're craving to talk to somebody right now, you'll just revert back to one of the other guys. And if the other guy is busy right now, you revert back. You see what I'm saying? This is like horrific advice. And I want to say this because I believe that, I forget his name, he's going to see this. In my personal opinion, I know that we see Chris Perry, Yada Awakening, and Derek Jackson. I know that we see them doing this. Shout out to my girl Lena over here supporting the show before the show even gets going good. We see them doing this, but I want to say this. I believe that a responsibility comes with this. If you're saying things, erroneous things, just to get large female fan base, some of these people will listen to you. We know that these women go delusional. You could really, really lead somebody down a bad path, and it's beyond wrong. It's beyond wrong. If you're not saying something that you would tell your daughter, you shouldn't tell it to these people, right? This bitch. Let's go.
To find out what you like is to find out what you don't like. He's corny, he's whack, but you'll deal with it. Why? Because he's the only man in your phone, and your phone is dry. You need to date as many men as possible. And then you start what's called a process of elimination. Listen to me, sis. These men manipulate you. Well, I can't take a woman serious that dates multiple men. Get your weak ass.
My brother. So basically what he's doing is he's saying that women should utilize the same dating methods that men currently utilize.
And in case I didn't say so, Cooley's going to deep fry and cook him. I was really impressed with Cooley. Everything, you know how you'll be watching something and you'll say, why didn't he say this? Why didn't he say that? Every time that popped up in my mind, bam, 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 Cooley hit him with it. Because this is really an elementary thing. Let's go.
Right now, which is nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. It's the dumbest thing I've actually ever heard. The reason why it's really dumb is because this is one of the reasons why we are in a deregulated sexual marketplace where women think that they're 10s, but they're really 4s because they have so many options. They're utilizing all of their options. They're getting so much free attention from all of these men. So they're delusional. And also, experience isn't attractive on women. Men aren't attracted to experienced women. Not only that, let's say if the woman isn't having sex, the woman is still being influenced by those men. Oh, I was with this guy. This guy was funny. Oh, this guy isn't. I think that it's the dumbest thing ever. Women shouldn't be sharing their space and their energy with everyone. I think that that's sacred.
Look how much sense Cooley is making. It's so almost impossible to dispute what he's saying. Forget the pants coming down. You're not supposed to be sharing your energy with everybody. Who did that man just get done sharing his energy with? How do you know that he wasn't just at home doing this? Oh, in Satan thee do we worship. How do you know he didn't just get done sleeping with a woman who has a bad attitude, bad spirit, and negative energy, and karma coming to her? You're not supposed to be around everybody. Shout out to Cooley for putting it down. Let's go.
Example, would you want your daughter to date many men? Or would you prefer your daughter to utilize discernment and you, the father, help her in the dating process of selecting the right man besides many men? I'll land my plane there.
And so,
may I interject?
Here you go.
So I appreciate you, right? And this is why I don't have conversations with beta men, respectfully. And I'm not saying that everybody's a beta man. But I've heard of hey. And yes, this is why I stay far away from conversations with beta men. And I stay really, 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 really far away from conversations with beta men because I would never expect for them to.
I think it's the truth be nothing but. I think it's the Nothing But Truth Pac. I forget the brother's name. Let me see. Truth. Yeah, I don't know. It's just truth be told. But he has a lot of content, though. I give him that. And he does the tours like Ace Metaphor. So he's definitely putting work in on his thing. You know what I mean? I just think he might be venturing off to, I don't know. I had to see. That's probably only the second time that I saw him say something that I don't believe he believes. You know what I mean?
That's the mindset of an alpha man. I want to go with the guy Cooley, the good brother who said that I said the dumbest that he has ever heard. Cool. I like that. I love that. He said that. He quoted. Let me quote it.
It wasn't the dumbest, though. Yada said it too. Damn, you and Yada got something in common, but go ahead. You got it. My bad.
I like this energy. Well, one thing that we don't have in common is I'm gonna chill. Men are
Who you talking about? Who you talking about, Yada?
Men are not attracted to experienced women. That is something that the good brother said. He said that men.
Okay, so I saw the brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. This part that he's finna say, I saw the brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, and O'Shea is about as impartial as you can get, to be honest. But he was wrong on this. O'Shea, well, I'm gonna let it play.
Are not attracted to one thing that we don't have in common is I'm gonna chill. Men are
Who you talking about? Who you talking about, Yada?
Men are not attracted to experienced women. That is something that the good brother said. He said that men are not attracted to experienced women. If we could even go into history and go down the slate of some of the most sought after women, I guess we could throw a J-Lo out there. She was pretty experienced and pretty ran through. And are you saying that we weren't attracted to J-Lo? We can talk about Kim K. Can we say that she's less attractive because she's experienced? I mean, we can
Okay, so the brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, he hit that point and he said right there, truth, nothing but the truth. He made a good point with that. He said when Cooley said men aren't attracted to experienced women, which we're not. We're not. It's been reported, and this was 5 years ago, so I know it's more. It's been reported that one woman sold her virginity for $1 million. Another woman sold hers for $746,000, something like that. So that alone lets you know how valuable your chastity is. The less you're used, the more valuable you are, right? But he brought up J-Lo and Kim Kardashian and said that if that's true, then why did so many people sought after Kim Kardashian and J-Lo? Well, that has also been the demise of their relationships. That's also been the demise of their relationships. Kim, that's the scar on them. Listen to what everybody says about them. Kim Kardashian, in my honest opinion, has changed significantly. And I believe she really is a good woman. But people keep bringing her past up, especially women. They call her a 403. J-Lo, they said the stuff with Puffy and all of that stuff keeps resurfacing in her relationships. I think her and Ben Affleck just broke up, right? So that stuff definitely does matter. It definitely does matter.
On and on. Nicki Minaj, I mean, we can go down a slate that we're definitely attracted to some women that have experience. The reason why I don't get into these conversations.
I apologize for pausing. I'm not going to pause too much, but attracted how? Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. So I don't know. If it's not resulting in a lifetime marriage, then yeah. But let's go. Let's go.
With beta males who feel like I don't want to have to commit, I don't want to have to compete with a man because when I get around a woman, I need her to isolate. This is a manipulative, simp, sucker mindset. If you're weak, just say that. If you're not the chosen, just say that. If you're scared for a little bit of healthy competition.
I'm just noticing this. There's people down at the bottom agreeing with him. Hold on. Let me rewind this.
That is something that the good brother said. He said that men are not attracted to experienced women. If we could even like go into history and go down the slate of women, I guess we can go on and on. Nicki Minaj, I mean, we can go down a slate that we're definitely attracted to some women that have experience. The reason why I don't get into these conversations with beta males who feel like I don't want to have to commit, I don't want to have to compete with a man because when I get around a woman, I need her to isolate. This is a manipulative, simp, sucker mindset. If you're weak, just say that. If you're not the chosen, just say that. If you're scared for a little bit of healthy competition and you're not used to getting picked, just say that.
Women are not supposed to be going through all of that, especially on an actual level. It's not about the man being scared. The man wants to deal with a woman who is already proving the capacity and capability of focusing on one individual. If I'm dealing with her and she's still entertaining 5 people, what makes me think that it's going to be any different if I lock her down? Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say he's trying to get woman subscribers because I don't think anybody could really believe this. There's no components of it that make sense and lead to a situation where the woman comes out on top, unless she's on top of bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. Right? But let's go.
Alpha men don't come into any situation thinking that there's a better option because in their mind and their movements, there isn't. Your delivery, the way you sit, the way your shoulders are, it gives off weak man. And that's why you move with the energy that you move. I could smell it on you. I smell the weakness. I see the weakness. I feel it. To me, respectfully, I checked you out. You are somebody that is going through an identity crisis. You waited until you got to your middle 30s to finally know.
Are you speaking about me this whole time, or are you speaking in general?
Beta men. I'm talking about beta men. If you're a beta man,
well, just now you said that you started saying you, so I thought that you were speaking about me. So if you're speaking about me currently right now, yeah, men, what men do, we address men directly. So speak directly. If you're speaking about me, speak direct. If you're not speaking about me, make it in general. Go ahead.
Cooley, right there. I'm pointing at Cooley now.
Okay, cool. So wait, time out. All the other things that you said, was it about me or was it in general?
It was in general, Cooley.
Okay, fair enough.
Damn.
But now it's about you. So,
oh no, Chris! Just add that you coach women, because I think that clip was a lot about collecting likes and follows from women. Because
you see what the brother said? People are catching up on it. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Like I said, the brother will probably see this. We do have to be careful. There are people who respect us. See, people have heard us say some very compelling things. They have heard us say some things that has created better life benefits in their lives, right? They have somewhat gained our trust. So you have to be careful with the things that you say, because you can say something like this and have a woman seriously trying that and dealing with, like he said, date as many men as you can. You're going to eventually touch. There's going to be 2 or 3 of those men that's going to be able to touch you. Body count going up. Bad advice.
a lot of women would like to hear that message. So if you want men to admit they're a beta male, just please also admit that you're catering to a female audience when you make that video.
And if men are catering to a female audience, they are in fact beta men. Woo!
So
Damn.
back to the message.
Shots fired.
Never in my life have I made a message catering to females nor males. So if you go to my page has grown so rapidly because of the level of balance. I hold men accountable, I hold women accountable, right? But I speak from an alpha male's standpoint. I am a man that has been having unlimited access to coochie for the last 30 years. I am not a man who all of a sudden got to 25 or 30 and I just fell into money, or I came on TikTok and learned how to get a haircut, or I came on Instagram and learned what cologne to wear. I am in the field tested, not social media approved. So you got to understand what type of man you're talking to first and foremost.
Okay, so
cater to a woman. Why would I do that? Why are women not allotted options that we are? Why would you ever? And somebody said something.
Is this a question? Can I answer some of these, or are you going on a monologue?
I think there's a little.
Yeah,
you're good.
So,
boy, the chat be brutal. It said Cooley is a beta male, though he wifed up a single baby mama. Let's go.
Question for you, Six, because when you made the clip isn't speaking about men, right? Because when you went on your tangent, you're speaking about, well, men are basically insecure by women having options. You don't want the woman to have experience. Your clip isn't even about men. So what you're doing is you're like kind of moving a goalpost towards men. Your clip is about women. And if we're speaking about women and giving them a prescription in the dating marketplace on what is optimal for women to do, it wouldn't be for them to date just like men. You can't say, well, men do it. Why can't women do it? Well,
I've told you guys several times. Well, I've actually told the women. What gets women jammed up a lot is comparing themselves to men. Men do it. You can't do what we can do. Can you defend this country? Right? You guys are really, anytime men and women are compared to each other for any type of gain, there's going to be some issues. There are going to be some malfunctions. Men are completely different creatures, and we are equipped with completely different tools than women. There's going to always be a chasm right there. There's also going to always be a malfunction take place when you start seeing women or even men compare women to men. It's like saying bicycle and car, right? Let's go.
The dating marketplace on what is optimal for women to do, it wouldn't be for them to date just like men. You can't say, well, men do it. Why can't women do it? Well, my question for you is, men and women the same? So if you're giving a prescription towards women, it wouldn't be for them to date like men, because men and women aren't the same. And this is the reason why we are in a deregulated sexual marketplace, because women want to date like men. Not only that, this is how women get in relationships and they start leading their relationship. Let's think about it. Well, if women have more options, you have more negotiation power. And women, you know what they like to do? They like to conflate sexual options with relationship options. So even when they're out dating a lot of men, they still think that, well, oh, this man wants a relationship from me. No, most of these guys that they're dating just want to smash. But what do? They conflate those two. And then the man that they choose to date, they go into that relationship with all of this negotiation power, which is nonsensical because they think that most of those guys that they dated was for a true relationship, but really it wasn't. They conflated it. It was only for sex. That's why
I agree with him. I'm just saying, I'm going to reiterate this again. We got to be careful telling these women, like, if you want clicks or something like that, which I'm not saying that's what the brother's on, but it almost has to be. You know, myself, if I was trying to, you know, I don't know, get likes, get cash apps and things like that, I still have my soul intact, right? So for me to possibly think that I'm leading a woman down a path that could affect the long-term aspects of her life, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Jerome said, Cooley is winning. Listen, we need a show supporter, people. We're at the 30-minute mark. We're going to do our increments, people. Let's keep this thing going. If you guys rock with the show, I need you guys to start supporting the show, rocking with the show so we can take this thing to, I told you guys I have a plan. But if you guys, that's the badge over there. I want you guys, that's for the inner circle. You guys become members to the YouTube. That is where even this show is going after the live is over with. All of our hottest content, you won't be able to see it unless you become a member. So rock with the show. We need a show supporter tonight, people. Let's keep this thing going. We're doing terrible over here on TikTok. Listen, I need you, TikTok. We're going to shut the comments off. If you guys, this is 3,000 likes. We usually have 20,000 likes at this point. I'm wondering if this is even the right account. ZF, is this the right account? Is this the one with 70,000, 60-something thousand? They coming in on Cooley. No, they're not married. I'm the only woman reaching out. Okay, I guess it's the right one. I'm just surprised these small numbers. Hey, people, we're going to go ahead and shut the comments off if you guys don't get that. Listen, I knew my guy was going, somebody was going, one of my motherfucking bigs definitely in this mother. No, we don't have a failure to communicate. My brother's on point. Shout out to Biggs. I appreciate you, my guy. Listen, people, don't sit back and watch the main people who always contribute to the show. If you get something out of the show, rock with us, right? I would easily. Shout out to Marcus up in this situation, rocking with us. Yeah, I agree. Right. Good point. Let's go.
happens.
So did you not hear the
Shout
part
out
where I
to
said
Sweets.
that these women should compartmentalize these men? These women have to compartmentalize these men. These women,
And then like men. Not only that, this is how women get in relationships and they start leading their relationship. Let's think about it. Well, if women have more options, you have more negotiation power. And women, you know what they like to do? They like to conflate sexual options with relationship options. So even when they're out dating a lot of men, they still think that, well, oh, this man wants a relationship from me. No, most of these guys that they're dating just want to smash. But what do? They conflate those two. And then the man that they choose to date, they go into that relationship with all of this negotiation power, which is nonsensical because they think that most of those guys that they dated was for a true relationship, but really it wasn't. They conflated it. It was only for sex.
Listen, I want everybody to know this. Tell your daughters, tell the people, women cannot have sex like that. It breaks them. Some of you brothers who know you handle business in the bedroom, think about the dirty work that you have done to some women. I'm talking about she's digging in your back with her fingernails, right? She's got by your stomach trying to push it out, right? Imagine a woman taking that 15 times. Anything that we do in excess, we will get used to it, no? I tell people this all of the time. When people find out they have diabetes, they dread taking those shots. But day one when they take it, they're like, right? A week later, they're like, here this go. A week after that, hey, what y'all say? Give me my needle, mom. What y'all saying? It's nothing. It becomes nothing. We know that with just about everything. We know that with just about everything. And that would be awful messed up for a woman to go that place about intimacy, about attachment. The reason that our grandfathers did so well with women, because those women's backs hadn't been blew out. Those women, and I want everybody to hear me when I say this. I want all of the women to hear me when I say this. Ladies, listen to me. What makes relationships flow smoother, even in rough times, is your attachment to your mate. If you still have it's called pair bonding. We were all equipped with the ability. Look how intimate sex is. Look at what you're doing. You're inside of this individual, doing circles around her nipple with your tongue, then light bites, right? While you got your hands around her rib cage, right? You're doing things that just make her feel protected, make her feel good, make her feel held, right? You don't think that's one of the highest level, and then you're kissing, the second most heightened level of intimacy. This creates a bond. Well, it's supposed to. It's supposed to create a bond, but studies show past 10 or 15, I'll say 15, it says 10, past 10 sexual partners, it reduces a woman's ability to attach. You remember how we would hit a woman and she'll be sprung because we hit that thing right. Past 10 sexual partners, it reduces a woman's ability to get sprung all the way down to 20% from 100. So what about the women who have had 25 partners? You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you guys have to be careful or you won't be any good for marriage. You know what is required to sustain marriage? Imagine if you are attached to your partner. Some of those arguments that you guys get into that tear up and destroy other people's relationships, if you're attached to him and you still know how to feel gooey and giddy whenever he comes around, you still know how to be crazy about him, it's going to compel you to fight for that relationship when things get rocky. You may even drop a couple of tears at the notion of him talking about leaving. Now he can't stand to see your tears, and now it activates the man thing inside of him. So he comes, put his arms around your waist. Now you guys are working it out. But when you are broken and you've had too much sex, you tell that very same man, let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Then you get out there. You want it to anyway. You want it to anyway. Because you already had in your mind some of the many sexual partners that you had already had that had already beat that thing up and stretched it to oblivion. Toes doing like this, cuffing the bottom of the ball of your foot. But your man, he's all right, right? And this is why you shouldn't have too many sexual partners. If you go into a long-term relationship with 5 or 6 other people who have beat that thing up significantly, here and there you will think about them inside of your new marriage with Derek. This is information worthy of paying for. If it doesn't sound right to you, if it doesn't meet the bar of logic,
what happens?
So did you not hear the part where I said that these women should compartmentalize these men? These women have to compartmentalize these men. These women,
And then
the women that I would guess, because you're not a bad looking guy, the women that I guess that we would probably date, because also, right, respectfully, there's brackets out here to some of the women that these men can have access to as well. Is that a safe assumption? That there are brackets, there are some women that men won't have access to because of the rooms or the rooms that they aren't in? Is that, you think that that's fair to say or no?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that, have you ever in your life went out with a woman and maybe you had certain intentions and it just didn't go anywhere at all? Because has that ever happened? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Because these women pick and choose. So when I said about dating, right, I said you women need to compartmentalize these guys. A lot of these women, right, and a lot of these women go out with guys. They go out with one guy at a time, right? And when you're dealing with one person at a time, no matter how good the treatment is or how bad the treatment might be, if you have no other options, if you have nothing else to occupy you, you can find yourself being in a real situation for a long time because you have nothing to base it off of. The guy, Fatty, I believe he said, you don't need to eat poop in order to know that poop doesn't taste good. And that sounds cool when you first say it, but some people actually have a fetish. Some people have actually ate like, this is my.
Okay, so
Is it just me or did he just lose me? I have nothing to compare it to. And then you go to shit. I didn't get that. Yeah, I didn't get that. Let me try that again, people.
Fair to say that, have you ever in your life went out with a woman and maybe you had certain intentions and it just didn't go anywhere at all? Because has that ever happened? Maybe not.
yeah.
Because these women pick and choose. So when I said about dating, right, I said you women need to compartmentalize these guys. A lot of these women, right, and a lot of these women go out with guys. They go out with one guy at a time, right? And when you're dealing with one person at a time, no matter how good the treatment is or how bad the treatment might be, if you have no other options, if you have nothing else to occupy you, you can find yourself being in a real situation for a long time because you have nothing to base it off of.
I don't get what he's saying. I'm trying really hard. He's basically saying if you're dealing with just one person and that thing starts to go awry, it's not going right, then you don't have anybody else lined up. Do you know how quickly a woman, if you don't work out, a woman can do that? Studies show that women, 50 to 70% of women who are currently in relationships already have a backup plan in case this relationship doesn't work out. I hope that I'm not interpreting that the way it sounds to me like he's saying that's the reason why a woman should have multiple people, because if you're dealing with just one and that thing begins to go awry and it's not working out, then you don't have, you're stuck in he said you're kind of stuck in an itty situation. No, she's not. She's got about 4 people in the friend zone. I don't know.
The guy, Fatty, I believe he said, you don't need to eat poop in order to know that poop doesn't taste good. And that sounds cool when you first say it, but some people actually have a fetish. Some people have actually ate like, this is my.
Okay, so
I want to tell you, I didn't cut you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I'm sorry, land your plane. I thought you landed. You sure? Okay, fair enough. Because I just have a question. I just have a question then, because
this is fun.
Once again, you keep on like comparing men and women, and men and women are different. Like the question would be
brother.
Okay,
humans.
then
you
this
keep making it female and male. You're making it a gender specific.
I'll just ask you this question then.
One man and man, and the hue is the only thing. Human.
Okay, so there's no distinction between men and women. Okay, so then there is a distinction between men and women. Biology.
Yes, that's it.
You would say.
Oh, shit. Okay, so only way I can take this is he kind of got caught up being argumentative. Because I think everybody knows men and women are different, very, very far from the same. Sometimes when you're having these conversations, you can get caught up trying to either not be wrong or trying to stand on a point of yours without it looking like your point is wrong. I have to go back to this because it it's like he was trying to dispute what Cooley said about men and women being different. It's like he was trying to say we're all humans and this and that. But when Cooley asked him biologically were men and women different, he said, yeah. Let's check this out.
Once again, you keep on like comparing men and women, and men and women are different. Like the question would be
brother.
Okay,
Humans.
then
you
this.
keep making it female and male. You're making it a
Okay,
gender specific.
I'll just
thing.
ask
We're
you this
human.
question
One
then.
man, and the hue is the only thing. Human.
Okay, so there's no distinction between men and women?
Pussy.
Okay, so then there is a distinction between men and women. Biology.
Oh, they can, yes, that's it.
You would say biology, and biology is mind as well. Do you know that the woman, when she gets pregnant by a man, she pair bonds with that baby the same way she pair bonds with her baby?
You hear him talking about pair bonding? And I want to say this again, ladies. I want to say this again. And even those of you who have racked up about 30 bodies or something like that, go without for about 90 days. The things that I tell you guys, they're backed by research. Take that poontang off of the dating highway for about 30 days. Don't let a man touch you, and declare within yourself that. Also, remove yourself from your friends who were in your life when you racked up that body count. Start going to different places. Because here's what I'm saying. You need to rediscover your ability to attach to a man. You shouldn't have never gotten those bodies under your belt, because you will always be reverting back. Those ones, especially the ones who are really good in bed, your mind is always going to wander back to them. And that's not good at all, because you could bump into one of those men at the gas station. And then what? Let's go.
Maybe she pair bonds with the man that she has sex with. So even if you are saying that, well, I think that women should go ahead out there and date many men, but they should put them in certain compartments. Well, that still isn't a good prescription, because the more you date, let me just ask you this question. The more women date, do you think that the probability would increase for them to have sex, or the probability would decrease? General question. But answer my question first.
Probability would absolutely increase. It would absolutely.
Okay, so look.
That destroys his entire argument. Shout out to Cooley up in this situation. No, his name is too long. No, Nothing But the Truth podcast. When he said that, I kind of got irritated, because in my head I was like, I hope Cooley says, and Cooley said it, right? We all know that the more people you go out with, the higher the likelihood that you're going to have sex. Let's say you go out with 20 people. You're going to at least have sex with 3 of them. 3 men who are about their business. You're not going to let them go, because you're attracted to him. Now you just acquired 3 more bodies. So that automatically destroys his conversation on whether or not it's a good idea to go out with multiple different men. And he said as many as you can.
Still isn't a good prescription, because the more you date, let me just ask you this question. The more women date, do you think that the probability would increase for them to have sex, or the probability would decrease? General question. But answer my question first.
Would absolutely increase. It would absolutely.
Okay, got it. So if the probability would increase, and we know the reason why the dating sexual marketplace is deregulated right now is because women are promiscuous.
Just like men.
More promiscuous women.
You notice how he keeps comparing men and women? You can't do that. Sex does not affect men like it affects women. Women break the more sex they have. Men just get great experience. Why do you think men are so much superior than women? Because we're never coddled by anything. Life allows us to fall down. You guys get caught by life. Life allows us to get into fist fights. Life makes all of the people in society come to your aid when it even looks like you're about to get into an altercation. Our experience in life makes us superior to you. The things that we have to go through are things that you will never go through, and things that if you stopped and thought about, there's no way you would desire to go through them. And likewise, actual experience. A woman is not supposed to have it because it breaks her the more of it she has. Just like altercations in the real world break a woman the more altercations that she has with life. That's why women are shielded from altercations in life. Think about it.
Just like men, because they're human.
Men can only be promiscuous because there are promiscuous women. Women hold access to sex. Men don't hold access to sex. So stop it there, right? So if you are saying that, you admit it. Listen real quick. You admitted that the probability increase. Okay, you don't think. Okay. It
takes two to tango, young fella. Two.
I really want to believe that he's not serious with this. I prefer to actually believe that he's trying to get, Derek Jackson. I want to believe he's not serious, but he's trying to make arguments, so he's probably serious. Okay, it takes two to tango. But one person has veto power. One person can say, it's not going to happen, and it won't happen. Right? Not only that, even if it does take two to tango, it's not going to affect me like it's going to affect the woman.
Okay, got it. It takes two to tango. Well, do women hold access to sex or do men hold access to sex? Can you have sex with a woman without her authority?
But can she do it the other way around as well? No.
Most men would allow it. Most men would allow it. This is what we're going to say. If a woman asked, listen, what I'm saying is if a woman went to a club and was like, well, I want to have sex with this guy, she can almost clean out the club. Now, it's going to be some men with morals or some men that, they're just not attracted to her, but she can have sex with most men, right? So which means that women run the sexual marketplace because men can't have sex with them unless they grant access to it. With that being said, if you are prescribing women to date more, you are prescribing them to have sex more, and you just admitted to it. So if they are having sex more, you want women to be more promiscuous. This is deep.
Annihilates his entire argument. Annihilates the entire argument. If you're encouraging women to date more, you're encouraging them to be more promiscuous because you admit it, the more they date, the higher the likelihood and potential for them to have sex.
Degenerate. Your ideology is if you are prescribing women to date more, you are prescribing them to have sex more, and you just admitted to it. So if they are having sex more, you want women to be more promiscuous. This is degenerate. Your ideology is you are promoting degeneracy. This is what this is doing. and not only that, I would say the idea to promote and push women to date a lot, that's a feminist point of view.
I agree with that. Like, I'm going to take it up on myself to believe that the brother, nothing but the truth. I'm going to take it up on myself to believe that he has an agenda behind this. Because I don't think any men seriously believe that. Because all you would have to do is flip it around and say, would you want your daughter to be moving like that out in society? And I hope to God that every man would say no. If you're promoting that they date around as many people as they can, well, what about when the eighth one is Jeffrey Dahmer's cousin? Right? I always tell you guys, the dating highway was never meant for you guys to get out there and play around for an extended period of time. The dating highway is deadly. Look at all the carnage out there. On the dating highway, you see all of the fractured spider web windshields, the bumpers hanging off, right? Herpes, right? You see all of the busted taillights, gonorrhea, right? You see all of the cars that look like they've been in head-on collisions, HIV. You see the other cars that have been totaled out, child by Someone you don't really know? The dating highway was never meant for you guys to jump out there and play around for an extended period of time. The dating highway was for you to scan the environment. And the moment that you identify something that is up your alley, you get it and you jump right back off of the dating highway before any collisions can take place. Collisions will take place if you stay on the dating highway longer than you're supposed to. We all know it. If it wasn't true, we wouldn't hear so many horror stories. They're all over social media talking about these horror stories. And listen, the very sad truth, I'm going to tell you something. The very sad truth, we know that there's women who are moving like he suggested. How do you think so many women have multiple children by multiple men? How do you think so many people are finding out children aren't theirs? Women are just sleeping around. I believe they're demons. The women who are doing that, I believe they are demon possessed, because there's no other explanation. Well, definitely spirit possessed, because there's no other explanation for why a woman would have sex with people she's only known for like 2 weeks and she would let him nut in her. That's got to be in some type of sickness, mental. Something's wrong. All that he is, all that he will ever be, all of the mental illnesses that run in his family, all of the health issues that run in his family, she is allowing that man to inject inside of the most sacred aspect of her. Hey, jeez. Yeah, I think this. I think people with these shows, they come to a place, people are watching Derek Jackson. They're watching Yada Awakening and people like that. And they're noticing you can hit 1 million subscribers like that. If you tell women what they want to hear, you can definitely hit 1 million subscribers. You can definitely hit 1 million subscribers. But at what cost? Lying to, good women. And then, see, here's what we don't hear about. We don't hear women come back online and tell us what happened to them when they took so-and-so's advice. We don't hear people talking about that. We don't hear enough people coming back saying, listen, if you go on Chris Perry's show, he has some content that's got 4 million views and 17,000 comments. But you never hear the women out of 17,000 comments saying, yeah, I agree with you, but I did mess up my last relationship. Yeah, I agree with you, but I did sleep with my brother, my boyfriend's brother. Out of 17,000 comments, none of these women have done anything to contribute to the demise of these relationships. That's what lets you know that there is not help taking place on these pages, because nobody's doing anything. Nobody's accountable. How can you ever start doing better and you aren't forced to take accountability for how you're moving? Life doesn't work like that. The way we even grow is by bumping our heads. If you won't even acknowledge that you've bumped your head, you have nothing to correct. But I saw this and I was impressed with Cooley. Cooley has come a long way with his I don't like to even use the word debate, but his intellectual conversations. He's come a long way. He's more humble, and he strikes at sufficient amounts of time without losing his cool, yelling and things like that. So yeah, he's definitely come a long way. I think he's around approaching the 500,000 mark right now. So I definitely commend him on the way he handled the situation. Like, you guys have to understand, this information that is put out up here, it's information. So it leads to a place or either it doesn't. That stuff can be pinpointed. And some people have certain things memorized. And some people have high level intellectual capacity. Some people have amazing critical thinking skills, problem solving skills. So when they hear certain things, they can scan it while those words are in the air, and they can break them apart and dissect them and analyze them and push back immediately on whatever just came out of your mouth and substantiate why it's wrong. And I think that's what happened with the brother. Well, this actually didn't take place tonight, but around certain people, you can't say just anything because they can pick it apart while the words are still in the air, right? And it's actually relatively easy if you're coming from, I'll tell you when it's easy to pick apart somebody's ideologies and viewpoints. If your heart is in a good place. If your heart is in a good place, your intellect won't be interrupted by the need to be right. If your heart is in a good place, you can legitimately hear what was just said and assess whether or not it meets the bar of logic, or you can assess whether or not, if everybody in the world did that thing that he's suggesting, what would this world be like? It's just so many methods to picking those conversations apart. And the reason I'm saying this is I don't think that the brother Nothing But the Truth was coming from a good place, right? If he was coming from a good place, I don't think he would have said that. I don't think anybody legitimately believes that. I want to see. Give me a thumbs up, people, if you agree that your daughter should date as many men as possible. Give me a hell to the no if you disagree. Said, is Marcus a simp? I don't know. That must be Truth's real name or something like that. I don't want to call him a simp. I'll just say that his information was wrong. What do you mean, Marcus? You didn't. That was his point. His driving point was women should date as many men as possible at one time. And that's why I asked, would you want that for your daughter? Typically, when we bring it close to home, that's when we can get our purest answers. When we say, what if I applied that to my life or my daughter's life? It's going to force the authenticity to come out of you. It's going to force genuine, true care and concern to come out of you. Because if you don't want it for your daughter, chances is it's not a good thing, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody 100% says hell no. I don't know where this argument came from. I'm going to talk the truth about this. We going, I've been on a panel that he's on. Was he up there? No, I don't think he was up there, but I'm just, I think that I'm going to start encouraging people to be more authentic with their content, because you can really hurt people. You can really hurt people with your information, because if you've got good content, and I'm pretty sure he has some good content. I think I've seen some of it before. But if you've got good content, then that's a means of gaining trust with people, right? And if you gain trust with people to a certain extent, you can almost say anything and they'll just adhere to it because it came from you, somebody who they trust, and then you will be sending them down hell's river. There's a lot of bad things that can happen from dating a plethora of men at once. There's a lot. It's just a lot. Some of them are going to get that poontang. And the crazy part about it is, once you give them the poontang, right? Once those people who do get the poontang, it's likely going to result in something similar to this. It's likely going to morph into something bad. That's why you're not supposed to do it. Listen, people, we're not even supposed to be dating. We're not supposed to be dating. People who are serious aren't supposed to be dating. People who are serious are supposed to get that person that they're interested in. They're supposed to, oh, listen, I'm trying to get the interview with the, what she say? Take me through there, take me through there. They said don't cook for him, right? They said don't wash his clothes, right? That viral clip. So I'm trying to get this interview with her. But tomorrow, that's what the show is going to be about. I'm going to walk you through her story and how she got married, how she got proposed to, and everything. Listen, the girl is actually way more beautiful than she was in that video. Like, this is what I've often not understood. In my opinion, the majority of women who put that makeup on don't look as good as if they didn't put it on. This young lady is beautiful without makeup. She looks pure. You'll see it tomorrow. Those of you who, you're going to want to, how many of you guys are familiar with that viral clip? Give me a thumbs up if you're familiar with it.
They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to make his lunch. Oh, okay. They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Yeah. Take me through there. Take me through there. Pack that nigga lunch. They told me not to make his lunch. Oh, okay. They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Yeah. Take me through there. Take me through there. They told me not to make his lunch. Oh, okay. They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Yeah. Take me through there. Take me through there.
I'm not going to lie. That's the only part that I was turned off by. It seemed like she was ratchet or ghetto. You know what I mean? But if you go to her page, it's not like that kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah.
They told me not to make his lunch. Oh, okay. They told me not to fold his laundry. Yeah. They told me not to pay for dates. Yeah. Take me through there. Take me through there. What you talking about? Pack that nigga lunch.
So yeah, we're going to do a whole show on that tomorrow. We're going to do a whole show on it. Because the whole thing is interesting. There's so many women. Listen, I'm going to go so far as to say this. Yeah, this is going to be bad. You guys already know what it is. Let's go. No, that's not going to get it for us. We need a little bit more action. Turbulence, people. Not only do we have a significant amount of women in the African American community who aren't married, they're not going to get married because they've turned into something that no men want. No men want. And that's very unfortunate. I'm telling you, they're not going to get married. There's a significant number of women in the African American community who simply aren't going to be married. But the really unfortunate thing about that is, one would like to think, well, we don't care because we'll always be able to score. Well, no, that's not the case. It's still going to affect us that they can't get married. They're still going to have a person who can't get married is just going to be out there having frivolous sex. And therefore, they'll continue getting pregnant in abundance. And then the little minions, monsters, and bastards that they have gnarled out of clawing their way out of those stinking vaginas will spill over into society and be the very same people who walk up behind some of you guys and say this is a stick up, right? So it's very, very, very unfortunate because that's where the criminals come from. They come from these women. And listen, for the people who would say, but what about the men? Well, the thing is, they're not having children by responsible men. They're getting the lowest specimens of men, the street dwellers, the ones who don't have jobs, the ones who are in between jobs and things of that nature. You guys deal with the lowest specimen of men and then get on social media and complain when those men aren't moving like responsible adults. He wasn't a responsible adult when you met him. You met him at the club. When other nationalities of women, they meet their husbands at college. You met this guy at the club. You don't know his middle name. You don't know his last name. You just call him Tay. And he gets the nut in you. Not only does he get to nut in you, because of who you are, you have to shuffle a deck of cards to see even if he's the father. Crazy. Crazy work taking place out yonder. All right, let me see something. I'm on AZF. Well, if anybody got any questions or any disagreements with my information, come on up. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and roll on out. AZF, you might as well take them off the chain because we're about to wrap this thing up unless anybody got any questions or disagreements. He seems so pleased, and the ring is beautiful. She needs to drop those friends immediately. Yeah. That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. And we were talking about that earlier. How like people allow their friends, and listen, some of those friends are lifelong friends. Some of those people are dealing with friends of theirs that are lifelong friends, and it's really crazy. Hey, listen, if anybody down there on TikTok has any questions or any disagreements, you can come on up. Other than that, we're about to rock on out of here. Let's see here. These are old. Oh, these had the thing on. Shout out to my girl Sweets, always supporting the show. All right, people, we're about to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys for rocking on out with us. You better be tuned in for tomorrow's show. Some of you, when you get off of here, go to your social media and check that thing out with the Take Me. All you have to do is go to your Instagram, go to your TikTok, go wherever, and type in Take Me Through There, right? Type in Take Me Through There. She's viral right now. I'm trying to get her up here of I lost a friend of 15 years so that I could keep my husband. I do not play. Yeah, the late great Kevin Samuels used to say, are you willing to cut your friend's Achilles tendon in order to make it to that man before she does? You guys are playing such foolish games. The games are foolish, right? Shout out to my girl Locks for Life up in this situation. You guys, listen. You guys are trying to be nice about your life partner, the one who's going to see you through to the end of life, help you get through the absolute worst times of life. Who plays games with that? You people are crazy to me. Listen, we're out of here. Locks for Life said Keisha was not getting it. Yeah. Better stop playing. Hey, listen, people, I'm going to try to do a radio voice. Check this out. Give me a thumbs up if I rocked it. Give me a hell to the no if I screwed it up. Check this out. This is all to all of my day ones and my stay ones. For those of you who have not yet become members of the show, tap in with us and get you a TRSP, the Inner Circle badge, where you can rock with us every day and every night. And we're out of here. Hey, listen, people, stop playing with me. You know I killed that. Stop playing with me. And we out of here, right?